Hi there, it's Sarah again. We're here with another installment of Sarah Loves Romance novels. If you can tell, this is going to be a patriotic week in honor of Veterans Day that's coming up quickly on us. So this week we're celebrating military veterans with romance novels written about members of the military. So here we go. It's one of my absolute favorite genres, and particularly the subgenre of World War II romance. Give me a good plot, a daring and plucky secretary, and a handsome Army Air Force pilot solving some murder mystery, who knows what, and perfection. So I chose novels this week taking place in 3 different eras, one from World War II, obviously, one from Vietnam, and a contemporary Iraq and Afghanistan war veteran. So we're going to start in chronological order here with Sarah Sundin's On Distant Shores. So in this book, we're in 1943 Italy. We're following an American flight nurse. She is perfectly happy with her life, right? Things are going good. She's got a boyfriend back home. She has a supportive, maybe a tad bit bossy family, but things are going good. But she meets a soldier pharmacist, and the two of them, they build a friendship. They build a friendship together while facing the horrors of war together, as does happen. So the story focuses heavily on personal growth of both of our main characters. So our heroine, she's learning to become independent, and our hero is learning to swallow his pride. Don't we all sometimes need to learn how to manage that ego? This story is as much about the relationship between the two as it is about their individual developments. I like this book for the sheer fact that everyone evolves. What a novel idea! We all change with life experience. Isn't that fun? So I really suggest this book if you would like to focus on some personal growth of your own. So now let's skip ahead a couple of decades to Danielle Steele's Message from Nam. Okay, confession time. As a teenager, I caught the tail end of a movie that was on Lifetime or something, and it was Message from Nam. And then, there was an immediate repeat viewing. And so, oh goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, it all went downhill from there for me. I was obsessed with this main character. She was a Southern belle. She turned revolutionary at UC Berkeley in the late 1960s. Being a lifelong book nerd, which I'm sure is shocking to everyone, I went on a hunt to used bookstores trying to find a copy of the source material, which was Danielle Steele's Message from Nam. So it's just delightfully overwrought. Oh goodness, I have read Message from Nam a handful of times, right? Anytime I feel the need for a good cathartic cry, or I need a reminder that I, as a woman, am strong and powerful, I go for this book. The heroine sets out on her own path, leaving behind her cushy life in Savannah, and goes to UC Berkeley, determined to become a journalist. Along the way, she falls in love, and from there, life takes over, as it does. We spend several years in Vietnam with the heroine, where she faces so many challenges, and we meet a company of rogues along the way. And I just love the strength of this heroine. She's not weak. She's a woman on top of the action, and I just love that. Let me read just a small little snippet so you can get an idea of her personality and who this person is. She's magnificent. So this is a scene where she's debating with her editor at the newspaper to become a correspondent over in Vietnam. You know, in the middle of a war. The editor speaking to her. Paxton, all you've done is work for the paper here in the summer. You have no idea what it's like being a correspondent in a place like that. It takes years to prepare for an assignment of that kind. She smiled softly as she listened. Funny, they don't take years to prepare the grunts, do they? They just ship them over to die, ready or not. I'm ready, Mr. Wilson. I know I am. There's plenty more pith where that comes from. And I think it's interesting that a line from a book written in 1990 about a war that happened 2 decades prior still resonates today, 40 years later. It just makes you think, right? Our final selection today brings us to the present, to contemporary time, to now. This is Lori Wilde's The Welcome Home Garden Club. It takes place in Texas and is a deliciously dramatic love story. The hero and heroine were high school sweethearts, but he left for the army following an ugly, nasty fight. And then, dun dun dun, he's killed. Or so that's what our heroine is tricked into believing by her hateful and bitter father. 6 years later, he saunters back into town, and woo, y'all, there is so much mystery just coming at you from every corner in this novel. This is a spicy read with adult scenes, and I, for one, enjoyed every second of this book. It's part of a series, so if you do enjoy this book, there are plenty more from the series to devour. All right. So those are the books that I chose to share with you about military members falling in love. But just a reminder, last week's book, Shelter Me, is also a book dealing with a contemporary war hero. And as trite as it is, Nicholas Sparks's book, The Lucky One, is so good. So those are a couple more options for you if that's a trope that you like to read. And before you leave, I just want to briefly remind you, or let you know if you haven't heard yet, that on Saturday during the Veterans Day Parade, we are actually having a veteran-created art show here at the library. We have lots of lovely pieces that will be on display from 10 to noon, and it will be outside the Navy Road entrance to the library, and we'll have free coffee as well. So I really hope to see lots of you there on Saturday, and I hope everyone's week improves. Have a great day. Bye, y'all.